When I started this YouTube channel, I was terrified that I was going to be stuck in small channel hell. I was afraid of getting 0 views, 0 subscribers, even before I uploaded my first YouTube video. But then I hit publish and watched my first video gross over 20,000 views. And that's when I realized there was something a lot of creators were missing. You don't get stuck because of low views, you get stuck because of how you position your first video. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. So, what do I mean by positioning? Well, I'm talking about aligning your content with how your viewers see you. When someone sees a video that has 43 views and a channel with only 12 subscribers, whether we like it or not, their brains make a judgment that low views and low subscribers subconsciously signal low authority and low video quality. Not because the video is bad, but because there's just no social proof yet. For example, if you're uploading your first video and it's designed as a how-to guide, but the views and subscriber count for that video is really low, there is a subconscious signal being sent to your viewers that this guide that you're creating, even if it's filled with a lot of valuable information, isn't that great of a video. So if you're creating your first video about 4 content types that you should be uploading on YouTube, yes, I've uploaded that exact same video, no one is going to watch it because it's going to be very hard for viewers to trust you from the get-go. And plus, there are already so many larger established creators who have the exact same video idea uploaded. Now, you might be wondering if the odds are so stacked against your favor and people just judge a video's quality based on the number of views and subscribers you have, how can I escape small channel hell? Well, the way you escape small channel hell isn't by pretending to be an authoritative figure. It's by creating a first video that makes sense coming from someone at your current stage. If you go back and watch the first video that I've uploaded on this channel, you'll notice that a lot of the tips and pointers that I talk about is structured to help guide a beginner editor in the direction of becoming a pro and starting to think like one. And these insights that I was sharing can only come from someone who went through that exact same beginner learning process. And not only that, the title and thumbnail were also designed for editors who wanted to think like a pro and know what are the requirements to become one. And with this positioning, I was able to make my first video feel very relatable to a lot of editors because this is the exact positioning beginners were expecting. I mean, take a look at some of the comments that were being left on that video. There are even some veteran editors who have also given their 2 cents on the exact same topic. And just by covering a topic that was more about the beginner process I went through, it developed that initial trust I was missing with my viewers. But with that being said, the big question you might be having is, as a new creator on YouTube, how should you be positioning your first video to avoid small channel hell? Well, for the answer to this question, I want you to think about how you could create content that's relatable to your viewers. So what I mean by this is, if you have any background or experience in any area, whether that be in your career, in your current niche, anything in life, there will always be someone who is looking for help in navigating what you went through. And that is huge leverage for you to take advantage of and establish your first video's positioning. As a practice and small exercise to get you understanding what I mean here, let's say that you're a photographer who just started the channel about car photography and you're about to create your first video. You currently have 0 subscribers, 0 views, and no one that knows who you are. Which video idea should you be uploading first? Is it A, 5 camera angles to take cool car photos, B, day in the life of a car photographer, C, how car photography changed my life in 120 days, or D, how to become a master car photographer in 10 minutes? Now, if you selected answer C, then you are correct.
Congratulations! 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 Congratulations!
No, but seriously, this video idea works really well because it's not only positioned as a beginner video, but because it also aligns with how viewers perceive a brand new channel. It'll position yourself as someone who went through that beginner process and starting out their journey in car photography. Now, to any other car photographer trying to start out, this is insane value for them because now they won't judge the video because of the channel metrics. Those low views and subscriber counts then becomes an indicator that you too are also a beginner. And because of that, they'll instead be clicking and watching your video to learn what was your experience going through that process of becoming a top-notch car photographer. Also, leave your answer to the quiz that I presented to you guys earlier in the comment section so I know which one of you guys got it correct. So how do you actually create a first video that builds trust? Well, it's a really simple 3-step process that anyone could follow. The first step is to know what you're generally 1 or 2 steps ahead in. You want to be asking yourself, what did I just figure out recently that someone in my niche or in the same career path is still struggling with. Some examples of this first step could include you getting a job offer after 200 applications, one of your photographs finally gets promoted by a large brand, or maybe you even just got into the university that you've always dreamed about. These are just some examples of steps that you might be ahead in where someone else might not. And with that first step being answered, the second step you have to take is identifying who is struggling and who can benefit with your discovery. The whole point of the step is to really find out what makes you relatable to your viewers. Is it the process that you went through? Is it something that you just discovered, etc.? It can be anything that would help develop that relatability that is so missing from your viewers. And as for the last step, you want to frame the stage that you are currently in as a process, not as an authoritative content piece. So instead of creating videos like how I create, you want to instead make a video titled something like how I improved XXX in XX amount of days. Or instead of how to master XXX, you can use a video idea like what I learned doing XXX. And that positioning shift also changes how people perceive your videos. And that's what builds trust when you're starting from zero and escaping small channel hell. But with that being said, what should you be getting out of this video? Well, you have to know that at each stage of your YouTube journey, there are specific positionings you need to take when drafting your content around it. When you're first starting out on YouTube, your priority isn't authority building, it's developing trust. This will build up the foundations for your channel. And as your channel grows in views and subscribers, you then can upload more videos about tactical breakdowns. Since you already have that trust built up, sharing these tactics will become a lot easier. Now, as a takeaway, you want to understand that your first video isn't strictly about being a beginner. It's more so about aligning your content with how your viewers perceive you at your current stage. And as a small channel that is trying to get out of hell, you're going to be more focused on building that trust up from zero. And that's pretty much it for today's video. So if you're still stuck in small channel hell and need some more insights on what the first 60 days of uploading looks like, you can watch this video that is popping up somewhere on your screen at this moment where I audited my own channel's performance. But other than that, you should definitely be focusing on building that trust with your first video because I know you're going to go kill it on YouTube.